The storyline that I felt was really over the top, and I almost wanted to say to everybody, I said, you can't have them necking in the balcony while they're watching Schindler's List. You know, I mean... I just felt they had gone over the line with that one. And then I said, well, Jews go over the line.
I think it must have come from sitting in temple. When I would sit in temple, thinking that what would happen if I reached over and touched my wife's breast now or something like that, you know, what, I don't know, just stupid, you know, I can't pay attention in there, so my mind wanders, and I think that's why I put that in Schindler's List.
Again, at that point, you know, we felt, you know, there was nothing we couldn't pull off. And we also knew that Steven Spielberg was a fan of the show and thought he would get a kick out of it.
How could you?
How could I what?
You were making out during Schindler's List?
No.
Don't lie, Jerry.
No.
I remember that Steven Spielberg, hearing that Steven Spielberg, while making Schindler's List, had asked Alan Horn to send him all Seinfeld episodes because he was so depressed making the movie that he needed to go back to his hotel room and laugh at night. And so it's particularly appropriate that we parodied Schindler's List, I think. But I remember thinking that that's so funny that he needed to, well, it's not funny. Of course, it makes complete sense. He needed something to lighten up his day.
Hi, Mr. Goldstein. Is Rachel home?
I'm afraid Rachel's not going to be able to see you tonight, or any other night for that matter. I heard about your behavior at the movies the other night. It was disgraceful.
Well, hi, Mr. Goldstein. Is Rachel home?
I'm afraid Rachel's not going to be able to see you tonight, or any other night for that matter.
Well, why? What did I do?
You know very well. I heard about your behavior at the movies the other night. It was disgraceful. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. I, for one, will not allow my daughter to be involved with someone of such weak moral fiber. Fortunately, my postman happened to witness the entire incident. Heavy set fellow. I believe he lives in your building. Now, if you don't mind.
But Rachel!
Good night!
Oh!
The Seinfeld Players, starring Larry David.
What's so funny about sort of lines blurring is that in that episode, Judge Reinhold plays the part of the close talker, and his face is so distinct. I remember he's very shiny and smiley and close.
You must be Kramer. I've heard about you.
Hey, you must be Aaron. I've heard about you.
I ran into Judge Reinhold fairly recently, maybe about 8 months ago. And as I'm talking to him, I kept thinking that he was going to close in on me, physically get closer. And I found myself sort of backing up. And this is honest to God true. And it was after he walked away, and I thought, oh no, that was the part he played. It wasn't him. I'm going nuts.